New York Sheep and Wool Festival.
This sister's nervous.
She's nervous.
Watch this.
Now go like, oh, okay. Move over one. Okay. That's all right. Keep going. Everybody naked underneath. I gotta stay still. I feel like I'm wobbly.
Look at what you're. You need to look at where I'm heading.
Almost.
New York Sheep and Wool Festival 2019. So I have been home from Rhinebeck now for a couple weeks, and I have been loving everybody's videos, and I wasn't planning on making a video, but like they're starting to run out, so I'm gonna make a new one. I'm gonna make my version of Rhinebeck 2019. So I am Andee. I am a photographer. I'm a knitter. I'm a knitwear designer. If you don't know me, that's who I am. I used to have a blog, and I used to every Wednesday would join up with Ginny over at Small Things on her weekly yarn along. So on Wednesdays we would share what we were making, and that was like before Instagram and a bunch of YouTube channels, and I miss doing that. I miss having that Wednesday update. So I figured I'd use Rhinebeck as an excuse to, you know, get back on the wagon. I thought writing a blog, I got just taking the pictures and writing it, I thought it'd be easier to do video, but now like trying to find room in my tiny office, it might be easier to write a blog. So I don't know, I'm gonna try this. So again, I'm Andee, and so here I want to show you a little bit about Rhinebeck. I'm going to basically show you my haul. I took some pictures, I took some video. I am a professional photographer, or not professional, but people pay me to take pictures. And I don't do much of my own stuff. So I'm always like photographing events and everything, and I give everything to these corporate, you know, businesses and all these other things, and it's rare I do stuff for myself. So I did take some pictures and I did take some video, so I just thought, you know what, let me make a YouTube video and I'll throw it in here of the stuff I took, and hopefully you enjoy it. So if you're running out of YouTube videos to watch about Rhinebeck, I hope you enjoy this one. So I'll show you some things that I purchased while I was there. So I went up on Friday. I was there from Friday to Sunday. I went to the Yarn Bazaar on Friday, and I went to the festival, the New York Sheep and Wool Festival, Saturday and Sunday. So I'm just going to recap and show you what I got. And starting at the Yarn Bazaar. I went to the Yarn Bazaar and I bought this skein of DK yarn, and it is the Rhinebeck Love Bus. It is gorgeous. It was made to match the logo, which it does wonderfully. My plans with this are to make some socks and wear them to Rhinebeck next year. So I took a couple pictures at the Yarn Bazaar. So Christy Glass and Leah from the Knitting Garage were running this. They hosted it. It was wonderful. It was a lot of fun. There was a really long line to get in, and it was a great line. Everybody was happy. It gave me a chance to catch up with people and see, you know, people who I haven't seen in a while. And it was just kind of nice to be stuck in one place and get to chit chat with everybody. I made friends in line, and I love seeing what everybody was wearing. After that, we went back to the house. So we ran a house with about 14 people, and it is so much fun. It is just a fun group of people. So we had fun just catching up. It makes it feel like a retreat, especially with everybody who I never get to see. A lot of times I only get to see them at Rhinebeck, and even though we all live pretty close to each other, it's just a great time. So we were all there hanging out. And then on Saturday we went back to the festival and I ran right to Cece's Wool. So I had just designed a sweater. Well, I hadn't just designed it. I designed it like 7 years ago, but I finally published it. It was the ragtime pullover. Behind me, that's the fingering version of it. I wrote the pattern years and years and years ago, and I wore it and I've worn it and worn it and worn it, and I had a hard time finding the yarn to publish it in because, well, this yarn on this one, it originally came in like a big skein, and then the dyer of that stopped making the big skeins and they were smaller skeins. So I tried making it again and I didn't like how it looked. So you knit it from cuff to cuff. So you go from here and you knit across to this cuff. I'll show you that in a second. So when I was at the New Jersey, I don't know what to call it. It's the New Jersey Sheep Festival. I don't know what it has an official name, but I don't know what it's called. And I ran to Cece's Wool, and I had seen her at Rhinebeck many times, but she is always so crowded. I was never able to actually get in to buy her yarn. So when I saw her at the New Jersey show, I was floored by her yarns. They were just amazing, and they came in the big skeins, and I was so excited. And I bought them, and I said, finally gonna publish this pattern. So I bought her DK, and I published it, and I brought that to her booth to have on display for her to go with her yarn, with her DK yarn. And while I was there, I picked up some fingering weight version of her yarn. So this is Cece's Wool. This is her Yarn Baby. This is 1,120 yards. This is a lot of yarn. This is $44. I don't know how she's $44. It is the best bargain in the world. So I came home with 2 skeins of this, and this colorway is Hudson Brickyard. And so I cast it on my ragtime pullover in the fingering version. So this is that was one skein. This is one other skein. So I am making this sweater, so you can see this. So this is the cuff. I'll try it on for you. So I've been knitting this since I got back. This is, well, one of the things I've been knitting. So I don't know if you can see. So it goes from cuff, comes across here, and then it'll go across to there. To this arm. And then I seam it up, and then I'll seam it up underneath, and I'll pick up around the waist, so you can see here, and then so it actually comes down further, and then I'll knit a rib around the bottom there. So loving this yarn. And so the whole sweater, so I still have this much, so I've been able to knit the whole thing out of 1 skein of yarn. So I haven't had to alternate skeins, I haven't had to do any yarn management. It's just cast on and knit. The only complaint, and it's my pattern, is a lot of stocking knit stitch. So this is actually one of the patterns I like to work on, where I've been knitting. I've knit like 5 of, well, now 7 of these, but this is something I like to work on when we go camping. So if we have a 12-hour car ride, this project is just long stocking knit stitch. See back here. But love the color, super happy with that. So that pattern, hopefully, this again will be a free pattern I'll be putting out hopefully next Wednesday if I get enough knitting time this week. So that was my first stop, Cece's Wool. So I brought my other pattern, and so I brought the finished pattern and the DK, and they had it on a mannequin there. And it was so fun. Every time I went by, people were taking pictures of it, and so yay, that was fun. And Lola Bean's yarn was in the booth. It was just such an awesome booth. Cece had such an awesome setup this year. She was in booth 31. I hope I'm saying that right. And building 30, well, not booth 31, she was in building 31, and that's like over by the sheep more. That's where I will do all my shopping. If that was the only building at the festival, that's where I do like all of my shopping. It's like the best. Oh, that just reminds me I didn't grab some of the stuff. All right, I'll just tell you about it. So in that building, I went to Foster Sheep and I bought, this cute little soap. It was like a little sheepy soap, and I bought, it's an egg in a frying pan. It's soap, but I got that for my son, who, we have chickens and he loves his eggs and loves good smelling soap. So cute. I'll see if maybe I'll throw in a picture of it. So that was in that building. Also in 31 was Winging a Prayer. Now I bought these last year and I haven't knit them yet, and I actually knitted a lot of it, but I just wanted to show it because one of the main reasons I go up to the festival is, you know, to support all the sheepy, all the shepherdess. So this was some Winging a Prayer I bought, and also my son, one of my sons loves to watch her Instagram stories and follow her account. So I got this last year and I have plans for it. And so these are different ones I got. And I have knitted with it. I have made hats and things, and I have a really cool pattern that I will be doing with that. But it's special and it's secret, so. And I had gotten, so Winging a Prayer, I love Tammy. I bought a button from her booth this year. And also I had started the day out wearing my Jolene cardigan, and on Sunday I came back through and Bristol Ivy was in Winging a Prayer's booth, and I was kicking myself because I took off my Jolene cardigan, which Bristol Ivy designed, but I was like, oh, I could have been a Winging a Prayer with Bristol Ivy, with Tammy, with my Jolene cardigan on, and I missed out. So next year, reason to go back. All right, what else did I get? All right, another thing I got. So that was pin 31. Something I've gotten. Oh, this one I got at the Yarn Bazaar. Last year I had an autograph bag. I'm looking at it. It's up on my wall over here. I'll have to put it on this wall. So I got a bag for people to sign. I love my bag. I love my autograph bag, but here's Winging a Prayer right there in the middle. I just love getting to see everybody and get my bag signed. I got a bunch of fun comments on, I got a bunch of fun autographs, and I don't really use this bag. I just hang it up on my wall as a decoration. So, but as you can see, she used these were, she didn't have them printed this year. So I would cross out the 18 and put 19 on. So I had fun getting that signed. I got a part of my souvenir bag. I got a little drawstring bag. And I went to Schweitzer's. I always love supporting Schweitzer's. They are a fiber mill. And this was the yarn I couldn't resist. So that was a little selfish purchase. I'll probably make a hat with this. So when you stay in a house with 14 people and they all have like the coolest stuff, you get like envious. Like you're like, I want that, I want that. So I have purchased these as a gift for other people, and I don't have one myself. So of course in 31 I bought a Madder Root bag, and this is like the big one. So a lot of people in the house have these from years past, and I was very envious of them on Friday night. So I bought myself a bag. This was my splurge. So Madder Root. So there's Madder Root. And $100. But like I said, you know, supporting the people. I pre-ordered all of my swag before the event. There was like a certain time, I think it was during August, you could order things. So that's why I ordered my shirt, and I ordered the drawstring bag, and I got this bag. So that's my sister. She signed it. She's the one who designed the logo. She was signing everybody's bags. It was really fun. I was walking around most of the time by myself at the festivals. It's just so crowded. It's easier for me to just go by myself and do my own thing. And I would get walking with my sisters for like 2 minutes, and you're getting stopped, Leanne signing everything. I'm like, see you later. out of here. So I didn't stick with them. So there's a place I like to shop from every single year when I go. And it is, here, we'll do this first. So there's a place I like to shop from every time I go. It's Morning Moon. They're an alpaca farm. And they come to the festival. You can only buy at the festival. You can't buy online. So I have bought there in the past and then realized, oh, I need one more skein. And they're like, yeah, nope, sorry. Rhinebeck, that's it. I don't understand their pricing. It's phenomenal. It's great. It costs us more to have ours processed from the fiber mill. So this is a fingering weight. It's $16 for this yarn, and it's about 350 yards. And so I like to get enough yarn from them to make a sweater because it's one of the few places I can afford to make a nice alpaca sweater. So I picked up a bunch of yarn from them. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. And I already started a project with that. I'll show you what I'm making. I am making the Garden Gate sweater. And that is by Jen Steinglass. And when I came home from Rhinebeck, I casted this on. And let me see where I'm at. And look, and so this is where I'm at. So this will be my Christmas sweater. So it's an alpaca merino blend, and it's working up great for the color work. So absolutely love that. I know I bought plenty more than I need because like I know I can't get an extra skein because I know I can't get an extra skein if I need it. So again, that's from her alpacas. She has the merino added to it from the fiber mill. I didn't ask her if she got sheep, but I really don't think she did. But if I'm wrong, sorry. So also while I was there, she had these, and these were $16.20. So I'm going to make a little bag. My cousin, who we were staying in the house with, she was macrameing a cool handbag, and so she had been looking for wooden handles. So they had these on display with this was stained like a dark brown, and it was a beautiful color work bag. So I am planning on making a bag. So that's my haul from Morning Moon Alpacas. So highly recommend. They're in and they were right across from Harrisville in one of the big buildings, and I laugh because last year that they've been in the same spot, but Harrisville hasn't been. Harrisville was in another building, and they came over. I'm like, wow, it's busy over here this year. Like, they were like, didn't know what was going on because they're always stuck in the, they're, as a vendor, you're in one spot. You're not seeing the whole festival. And I'm like, that's Harrisville. And they had just had the nightshades. So everybody was there to get the nightshades. So it was nice to see how busy it was over there again. And I hope that they did well because they have beautiful, beautiful yarn. And I love supporting the shepherdess because she tends her own herd, and I really, really like them. I also got some super cute sheepy earrings from On the Bend. I bought a necklace that goes like, that go with these sheep last year, but they didn't have the earrings. So this was somewhere I rushed to because I wanted to get my earrings. She's located in where the food is. Right like in the middle. You would never know she was there because you're probably in there drinking all the wine and sampling all the food, and she's like smack dab in the middle. But I've kind of made that a tradition to go to her every year and get a new piece of jewelry. So that is in Building E. Now I was going through my program just to show you, like, in case I need to point out anything. So I was just saying Building E, that's where On the Bend is. Building 31 up here, that's where I spend all my quality time. But I was flipping through here. Look! There's a crossword puzzle in the back. And I started reading it, and it says, Completing this will bring you throughout the festival to answer the clues. Enjoy talking to people along the journey. So, like 3 across, it says, less of these are good if you really want soft, fine wool. Guard hair. Down. Here's like an example. 1 down. Give this command to your border collie to go to the left, clockwise, around the flock. I should have done this. This would have been so much fun. So like 18, brand name of the dairy wagon in Century Museum. Oh, there's so many good ones on here. So I thought that'd be so much fun. So if you bring your kids or your husband or someone, your cousin, or if somebody drove up with you and isn't into buying yarn, the crossword puzzle. I don't know if it's in every year. I have them for like the past 10 years. I'll have to check it out. Last but not least, an awesome hat. Look at that. So, when I met my husband, he had like a cobalt blue Honda Civic, and now he's in a big pickup truck, and he listens to country music, and the only thing missing was like an awesome hat. So I saw that it said Outback Survival Gear was going to be there, and they had leather hats and boots and all kinds of outdoor rugged clothing. So I got so excited. I'm like, I hope they have a hat that will, be good for my husband. So my mom and I went in, and the guys there were awesome. They were awesome. They knew exactly what would look the best. They steered us right to the right colors. My mom got a hat. I got a hat. Later on, I got back to the house. My cousin got a hat, and so I'm so thrilled with this. I wore it the whole weekend, and I was hoping it didn't fit my husband or look good on my husband, but we got home and I put it on him, and it looks great. And he's been wearing it, so transformation complete. So we are now in a pickup truck who listens to country music and has a awesome hat. So super happy with this hat. I've been wearing it, he's been wearing it, so we've been sharing it. But so I guess that's it for my Rhinebeck haul. Again, it was so great seeing everyone. I am so glad for festivals like this, because sometimes the online community can be rough, but seeing everyone face to face is just nothing but love. There's so much love, and it's just the knitting and the crocheting and the fiber and the sheep just brings everybody together. It's just so wonderful to just spend this time with these amazing people who I mean, there's so many people I would never know if it wasn't for knitting and if it wasn't for festivals like this. So, and just so glad that they have these kind of things that we can all go to and be happy and have a wonderful time. I encourage you to go to Rhinebeck if you've never been there. It is extremely overwhelming if for the first time, and then you kind of get your niche, and then you figure out how to do Rhinebeck. Everybody does it differently. The first year you might have to stand in line for Jenny the Potter to get your mug, and you have to stand in line for Miss Babs for your yarn. There's certain things you kind of have to do. Stand in line for your apple cider donuts, because the festival can be so overwhelming. Sometimes standing in line is actually wonderful and like a break, because you can't move around. But you have to go if you need to go on Sunday. I used to go by myself because everybody wanted to go home. They were like exhausted from Saturday. And I'm like, no, Sunday's the good day. Sunday's like totally different. So anyone who complains that there's too many crowds, if there's too many people, just go on Sunday. Totally different vibe on Sunday. I think that the reason Saturday is so crazy and hectic is because of all the bus trips. I think there's a lot of buses that come in, and people are frantic to get shopping done in a certain amount of time before their bus leaves. And on Sunday, you don't have that vibe. Nobody's in a rush. It's very laid back, and I love going to the Leaping Llamas. It is such a highlight of the weekend. You're there to see the alpacas and the llamas, and this year even a sheep, which was adorable. But the part of when you go to Leaping Llamas, there's a lot of the 4-H kids, and they take that time. The announcer, she honors we're there for the sheep, we're there for the farmers, we're there without events like this. Like, they need this to keep their farms going, to have produce to sell, or have products to sell, and having people who are interested in raising the sheep, raising the animals, so we can have festivals like this and have the yarn. And then they're also encouraging the youth to be involved, so that we will always have a good quality fiber, in our lives. So it brings it all together, and I really enjoy the Leaping Llamas. And it's extremely entertaining watching them leap, but it also just sitting down and taking that time to appreciate all the farmers that put all this hard work into this awesome yarn that we get to enjoy and knit sweaters with and keep us warm. And I wouldn't walk into a store and spend $120 on a sweater. I work from home in my office. I don't need a $120 sweater. But somehow when I'm at a festival like this, I'll spend that money when I can give that money right to the hands of the shepherdess, who is going to go back, and it's going to pay for vet bills, and it's going to pay for hay, and it's going to pay for feed. And I just love that. I love that about this kind of festival. I love supporting an indie dyer. Maybe they didn't supply the yarn, but they dyed it, and this is giving them a livelihood that they can work from home and be there for their kids, or not be in a high-stress job. And it's going to come back to me because I'm going to sell the patterns. So it's such a great community to support it all. You get back what you give, and you can see it at a festival like this. And I love it. 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 I'm already planning what I'm going to make for next year, and I can't stop thinking about it. I'm enjoying everyone's videos, so if you've made one, thank you. And especially Christy Glass for your tell me about your Rhinebeck sweater. I absolutely love watching that now, and then watching it again and again and again. And then I'll start watching it again next September to decide, you know, what am I gonna wear? And then I come up with all new ideas of what to make. And I appreciate everyone who makes all these videos to help inspire us. So thank you again, and until the next episode, I hope you enjoyed the footage I included. I know there wasn't too much, but you know, maybe next year I'll take a little bit more.